4, 3, and we're live. I did it wrong. See, this is why I should not be in charge of any of this. Oh, and look, dang it. Okay, this is a special song, and we'll hear out why in a minute if I can turn this down. Ooh, baby. All right, welcome.
Welcome to another week, another episode.
We're very uncut and very unleashed.
Yes, technical problems already on Wednesday, but welcome to another episode. Today we have an amazing couple on. We cannot wait to celebrate them. But before we introduce them and talk about their amazing stuff, I am Giovanna Burgess-White, the owner of Mia Bella Houston, and to my left today, is my partner in crime and host,
Yvette Valdenegro, owner of PopUp Wedding Houston. Yay!
And as you guys know, we are the queen of collaborations. We have hosted, God only knows, over 75 events in the past year. And we are doing our we are going to talk about our second annual PopUp Wedding giveaway that just happened on April 25th. So 2 weeks ago. We have the brand new couple on with us tonight because you can hear about it from us all the time, but it's actually better to hear about the couple. And while Yvette is doing really, I wouldn't say the interviewing, just talking about the experience, what the pop-up wedding was all about, I will be adding in photos and videos in the comments. And then we'll do a whole replay on YouTube where we'll have the photos, the videos of the pop-up experience from 425.
Yay. Okay. Before we bring them on, I just want to do a couple little, I guess, house things. Okay, so we did our first Win Your Wedding, which I was actually reminded last week. I did something for Just Engage University, and I was reminded the Pop-Up Wedding Houston actually did a giveaway about 4 to 5 years. Their first one ever was actually at Hughes Manor when they were starting, and I was like, wow, time flies. But our together, especially during the pandemic, because the whole reason we even started this whole thing with the Win Your Wedding was because when the pandemic hit, we said we got to still have a way that people to have weddings, no matter what their circumstance, no matter what the pandemic is saying, no matter what, we want to see love happen. Well, the first one we did was valued at $7,500. And thank you again to all of those amazing vendors who participated. So when we moved forward and we wanted to do it again, we asked the vendors if they wanted to participate again. And I think all of them said yes. And we were able to completely increase it. So now the value, because we added live streaming and like real live streaming, and the added value jumped up to like, I think over $15,000. So that is a huge, I don't even want to say, it's not even an accomplishment. It's more like a huge blessing and generosity behind the vendors that participated in all this. And I want to actually list them now instead of at the end, because if it was not for everyone on our team, we wouldn't have been able to even do this. So first and foremost, our wonderful host would be Mia Bella Houston, the venue, which I am so grateful for. And I'm able to bring so many of my clients because you are incredible to work with. The venue has so many different diverse things about it. Indoor, outdoor options, probably one of my favorite. But thank you for just offering the venue as always. Obviously, Pop-Up Wedding Houston was the planner. Double Oaks Events did the live streaming, and they're doing a great job. Everything that they're producing these days, it just keeps getting better and better and better. And I just want to thank their team for coming in and doing that. Sweet Nation Company provided the cake. And I heard a huge thumbs up from our winners that the cake was really good. And okay, this one always kills me because she has 2 names. Every time I go to put her in my Instagram, my whatever, and the spelling is different. So I'm just going to say it's a little easier to figure out. A Little Something to Remember Rentals. Yep. She keeps adding to her list of all the fun rentals that she's adding to her personal repertoire that you can get from her, but she hustles her fanny off and she will deliver, pick up. She does a lot. She's amazing. So go check her out on Instagram. All Flavors Catering, who did a great job, always does a great job. And thank you to them and their staff. Red Rock Visuals, who captures the incredible moment. And I think we have a sneak peek of a few pictures, if Gio's going to get it up, of some pictures that maybe the couple hasn't even seen of themselves from the wedding. And then 360 Events Photo Booth, they bought their photo booth. If anybody's contemplating whether doing a regular or a 360 one, I'm just going to say for sure the 360. But if that's not in the cards for you, do a photo booth. It's one of those things that's like, I don't know. Your guests love it. And people always, it's so funny to watch because they're shy. I don't know if I want to do that. And then 10 minutes in, it just takes one person to start it. And after that, everybody's doing it. And then there's just everyone's lining up to do it.
It's the number one thing people talk about at all of, not just pop-up weddings, all of the weddings. Even we just had a banquet this weekend, and then the mom of the girls was like, the 360 was a hit. I was like, told you.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, I think at the beginning people go, oh, I don't really know if I want that. And then at the end, it's probably their favorite thing that they had. So, definitely well worth it. Okay, I don't think I've forgot anybody. And to my wonderful assistants who came that day to help, they did an amazing job, Maria and Brianne. I appreciate all your hard work. So kudos to them too. But okay, so we love to have the experience, because we talk about this all the time, but we love having on our show, our program, our podcast, whatever the heck you want to call this. We love having guests who've actually been with us, gone through the whole process, and really get to experience everything that we're talking about, because we talk a lot, but why not hear it from an actual couple who not just one, but they can tell you what their actual experience was doing the whole pop-up process. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the new Mr. and Mrs. And I can't do this at the same time. Here we are. Add to stream, la la la. I can see them in the background. They're laughing at me as I'm doing all this nonsense. But welcome. And Josh, I think you're at work, right? I think both of you are at work.
On our lunch break.
Okay, I was gonna say, do you know that you're at work?
Yeah, just on lunch break as well.
Oh, look at Mr. Professional over here with the
I know. I need to upgrade.
I'm jealous over here. Okay, guys, thank you for agreeing to be on on our podcast. And I'm so excited that you guys won. I just want to say that the process, when I put it out there in the world of who wants to win, obviously, I don't know who's going to win. I get flooded with emails. I get flooded with text messages, IG messages, but I strictly put on there. And I think I probably said it 5 million times. I will go back and I will look, because I had a process. You had to like our pages. You had to, I think, tag someone else or your fiance or something like that. Like there were things and mainly because we wanted to get the word out to everybody. I wanted the vendors to get their props for, donating their services to all this. And so the list was huge as far as how many people actually responded, but the list really shrank when I went through and went, okay, who really went through? And then I sent out an email to all those people and said, okay, if you really want to win this, make sure you go do X, Y, and Z, because the list is getting smaller, and it got smaller again. But anyway, and then you get your name in a hat, and you guys won. So thank you for going through the whole process of actually doing what we asked you to do. So thank you. So I want to say, there's 2 questions. My first question is, what in the world and why did you even choose to put your name in as a potential person to win?
Well, I'll say Josh found it first and he told me about it. And so we were, kind of debating back and forth, because we did already want something non-traditional in a sense. We didn't need 100+ people, and we didn't need, so looking at pop-up weddings, it was perfect. And then we were like, okay, well, let's try it out. And I will say, you did put a ton of vendors and there were a ton of steps. I was double checking myself and trying to make sure I did it right.
Yeah, just to reiterate what Jessica was saying, this is something that we've already discussed well before COVID, during COVID, and after we got engaged. We wanted something smaller, an elopement style thing, and we had been planning something out something similar to this. And so when I saw something like that, something like PopUp Houston, I was like, why not try and see if we can win? And I will confess that she did majority of the work as far as the legwork and putting the video. I just found it and gave it to her, and she did it. And so
That's a team.
Yeah.
yeah.
You put it together, and you did a great job of putting everything, the video, everything. But that's a team effort.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys, how long were you guys engaged for?
Total, like from engagement to wedding day was 4 months.
Oh my gosh, that was
Yeah.
fast.
It was
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
But
Yeah.
if people saw our previous podcast from a month ago, actually 6 weeks ago, they told their story, but so they've really known each other for a long time. So
Yeah, we've known each other for a while, but from engagement day, it was New Year's Eve, and then wedding day was, just a couple weeks ago. So the engagement itself was really fast, but
Mhm.
why wait if you don't have to?
Exactly. Yes. Okay. So had you heard about just the pop-up experience or anything about pop-ups before Josh did his Google search for something here in the Houston area?
No, I've seen like at all-inclusive resorts type of thing where you like have to have, like you have to travel there, but I hadn't found anything in Houston with this type of setup before. And so I thought that
Yeah,
was
everything we'd seen was like elopement packages, something like
Yeah.
you go to Vegas and do this
Yeah.
thing,
Mhm.
but nothing locally for sure.
Okay. Okay. So then you win. What in the world does your family say to you? after you tell them, that's what we're doing.
Is this a scam? I think that's the
I know.
first thing they said.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised, because let's just be real. We grew up thinking if it's too good to be true, it's probably not true.
Yeah.
Right? So
Mhm.
they're like,
Yeah.
you guys won a wedding. Okay, what's the catch here? And then you're like, there's not really a catch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think they were speechless also, but just like so excited for us, and just they also felt that blessing of like we couldn't have dreamed for something better to have happened. And so like they were just really excited for us also.
That too. Yeah.
Okay, so then we'll move forward to you win. And then Jessica, you and I get on the phone and we just kind of go through all of the elements of the wedding. Now, obviously, the wedding is attached to what we call a pop-up wedding event. And those events are a full day, but there's 4 different time slots for 4 different couples to have 4 different weddings. And every single time I say that, someone goes, what? How in the world do you have 4 weddings in one day? Well, first of all, don't ask me after the day after. Always ask me the day before how we do it. 1, our amazing team. 2, I can't even remember how many we've done now of these now, but I feel like it's kind of a system and it's a routine, not as that it's so scheduled, but routine that all of our vendors and everybody that does it with us understands the concept, because it is completely different. I'm sure it was different for you guys than the weddings that you've gone to for your, family and friends, but it's on our end, it seems seamless. But why don't you share with us what your experience is as far as like even just the consultation that we had, just kind of like how it all kind of came together.
Yeah. I'll say that was like the easiest and my most favorite part was that I didn't have to do any of the legwork for this. I was like, when we were trying to plan something before we entered in the giveaway, I was stressing myself out, like trying to pick the vendors. And so I think it was wonderful knowing that like you have like you put your trust in these vendors, and like I just know already that they're going to be great, and I don't have to worry about like picking the right one, if they're going to show up on time. Like that part was already handled, and I just got to pick out the fun stuff of like the cake flavors and the food and send pictures for flowers. So it was very, very easy, and like it was great leading up to the wedding. Like friends would ask like, what do you have left to plan? Like, what are you worried about? And I was like, nothing, absolutely nothing. I'm so excited that I just get to like show up and get married. And like the fun part is like getting married. I don't know. Didn't have to worry about a thing.
That's perfect. Josh, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I'll speak to the day of. The day of we get there, and I had a general idea, but and I felt lost at the beginning, but that was the only case was at the beginning. Whenever I got there, the moment I got there, I was pulled in every direction I needed to go. There wasn't a moment where it just felt like everything blended into each other. Where as soon as the ceremony ended, I walked away for pictures. Next thing I know, I'm doing the first dance. Like it all felt really like a production. You know, it was seamless.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, speaking
So
of,
wait, because I got to see this for the first time ever.
oh yeah,
On the other side. So I was
but
actually
explain where on the other side.
on the. I got to be a virtual guest. So
Oh.
I got to watch it virtually, which we never really get to do that. And yes, we'll go back and we'll be able to like look through pictures and stuff. But I had it from the beginning, so I'm pretty sure all your guests told you the same thing. It's like you're sitting there, like the anticipation, and you're waiting for the ceremony to start. Then we got to see the ceremony, and I was like, oh my god, like it's completely. I saw the venue prepared the day before, so I was like, oh okay, it looks exactly like that, but just like I felt like I was there. And then during the break, I was able to kind of like move locations with my kids, and we went to the park, and then it's just like a seamless transition on the other end too. And then I got to watch your first dances and just the experience that your guests were having in person. So it was really nice to actually be able to see what we do as like from beginning to end, and then just watch you be able to take, you know, your first chapter as Mr. and Mrs. So I really did get to enjoy watching you guys as a virtual guest.
Yeah, the virtual was awesome. We had people texting us immediately after, like, congratulations, we saw you. And I mean, we got to watch it back too, and it was cool to see like all the different camera angles. Like it wasn't, you know, your friend just standing there with his phone. Like it was awesome. It was a really good streaming.
I have family in the Philippines in a different time zone that was reaching out to me and like saying congrats. So they were able to watch everything, and it was awesome. Even though it was like 12 hours later, they were able to watch it all. So that live stream was awesome, and it came in really clutch. It felt like a lot more people were even there than were actually there, and so that was awesome.
So great to hear, and that's what we love about the virtual streaming. So if anybody's out there even contemplating it, I think that they should listen to you, because Josh, everything you just said, you have family across the world, and yet they were able to experience that with you. They can't travel for whatever reason, they can't be here, but they got to experience and share their emotion at the moment that they're feeling it by texting you and telling you, you know, what their thoughts are. And then it's kind of like it's endless how many people you want to invite to experience that with you. So even though someone's not there, they're there.
Yeah.
You know, and so that virtual experience is really priceless for a lot of situations. So that makes me really happy to know that you got to experience it in that way. That's fun.
Just a little bit on that. Like a lot of times people are worried about the guest list. With a virtual link, you're not worried about a guest list. You're just like, hey, check this. Look at this link. Be here, you know, watch it. And so it was awesome.
Yeah. And you know what? I actually asked the virtual team the link right now. If you want to go to Instagram, PopUp Wedding Houston, my bio, the link is there. You can push it, or you can go to Facebook. It'll be on there. I'm hoping for at least a week, because there's nothing better than the experience of actually seeing it. So when someone's contemplating, well, A, what does the virtual even look like? And then B, what are these events that these guys are even talking about? There's no better way to look, just go see the real deal. I mean, he's listening to you, you're the real deal. Now that they can go watch it, that's the real deal. So I'm hoping it's going to be up for another week. So you might get some more comments. So that people can actually see it. And I also, I mean, I know you guys won this wedding, but I also want to say thank you for how awesome you've been as far as participating. And me texting Jessica, me like, can I do this? I know I put that out there in the very beginning that, listen, your life is going to kind of be exposed in the sense that this is, we want everyone to be experiencing what you experience through social media. But sometimes when that reality hits, people are like, ugh. But you guys were awesome about just saying, yes, you can do this. Yes, you can do that. So thank you that everybody gets to watch your amazing wedding. And before I forget, another thing that Gio and I love is that when people bring in their own personal family traditions, culture, experiences, personalities, I love that you guys really embrace that. I mean, the songs that you chose, the intimate moment at the end where you, the pastor, and I don't know what they're officially called. I know for me, it's called a lasso. I don't know what it is in the Philippines when you wrap yourself in the cord, the veil, the whole 9 yards. I mean, I know what it symbolizes, but I so appreciate that you guys even brought that to your ceremony and shared it with everybody in such a really wonderful way.
Yeah, it was more of like an audible last minute thing. I was talking to my mom about it, and she's like, "You're only getting married once. You got to do it. I have this already." And it was really seamless and it was easy to do. But yeah, it was awesome to be able to do that. I saw that in my sister's wedding, so it's cool to have it in mine.
Yeah. And your was great.
I loved how you looked. I love that you also were not traditional with the suit and the tie. Like when I saw you, I was like, oh my God, like the way both of you, obviously the bride, I feel like the bride always gets all of the love, but I mean, even your pictures that we got that we're going to show in a minute. I mean, the look was seamless. It was flawless. You looked amazing. You're very handsome on your wedding day, but very non-traditional, which I love. I think it's
Excuse me, I'm married. I'm just kidding.
But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like men I feel like men don't take the time for their look. And it's always like the bride takes the time for the dress and the veil and the shoes. And so I really just love the look and the feel and the aesthetic, and it just all went perfect with everything in your wedding. So
yeah. I totally agree. Okay. Before we roll, I don't know, do you want to roll some pictures and then we'll ask more questions, or
okay, so here's what I'm going to have to do because of my tech issues. We'll wrap up, and then at the end I'll kind of do some pictures because I'm going to jump off of here. It won't let me do both. So I'll jump off of here, but that's okay. They can see it.
I have a couple more questions for them, so don't jump off. Okay. And each of you can answer this separately. What was your actual favorite moment for the entire wedding? And it doesn't have to be a pop-up moment. Just like, what was your, like, when you look back and you go, this is what I'm definitely always going to remember.
I think I'll go first. I think for me, one, like walking down the aisle, which I feel like is obvious, but after that, I think the last dance, and we almost didn't do it. I was like, no, it's okay. And then we did do it. And I'm glad that we did, because we were much looser in that moment. And we got to just like share that final moment before we got to run off into the car.
Yes. And I think that Gio, actually at the end of this podcast, one of the videos I gave her is an actual video of you guys doing your last dance, and I'll have to send that to you as well, so you have it.
Yeah.
But Josh and Jessica decided that everybody was going to leave the reception, what we call the reception area. We all went and set up, and we had these really cute wands that we put out up front, and they had their last moment together in the room all by themselves, and they had a special dance before they came out and said goodbye. So yeah. And you guys did a great job dancing, by the way. No one saw it, but I saw it. You guys did a great job dancing. It was really good. Okay, Josh?
I would say that would be my favorite part. I'm going to out her a little bit. That's the song I wanted as our first dance song. And she said, I don't want to be called crazy, but it's a beautiful song. And
I love that song.
And it's really awesome. So it was really intimate, even with other people there. It was just us too. It felt like so.
Yeah, for sure. And we always say, and this is again from my perspective, you guys can please comment on this. One of the questions I always get asked all the time is like, well, in 90 minutes, do you really get to Actually, I'll just let you answer it. In 90 minutes, do you get to really feel like you got married and that you experienced the things that you wanted to experience on your wedding day?
I would say 100% yes.
I mean, I'd say it was surreal. Like I couldn't believe I was married, in that way. But yes, it was awesome.
Yeah.
We've only heard good things from everyone that attended as well. So
that's good. And the reason that came up to my mind is because you being able to do your last dance, that is, technically one of the detailed elements that a lot of people want to do. And I just feel like sometimes the pop-up, the events, whatever it is, they get, or micro weddings, whatever, they kind of get that people think they get the shaft because they're like, oh, it's just smaller, so you can't do anything. And I just go, smaller does not mean you can't put details and fun things in it. It's just like it's like any event that you do, birthday party. I mean, what are you going to put on there to make it fun?
Yeah.
What are you, birthday party could be 30 minutes for all we know, but it's like those 30 minutes can be just amazing. So I love that you guys decided to do the last dance in the room all by yourselves. And I will send you the video. That's awesome. Okay. If someone's out there and they're listening right now and they're like, oh my God, I don't know if I should do this. What in the world? Like they're really contemplating. What is it that you feel like you would want to tell them? Like you're just having coffee with someone and they're like, should I really do this? Like, what is it that you could tell them to maybe really encourage them or persuade them or share something that you really need to know this?
You want to go first?
Good questions. No, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I think practically also it's very affordable. It's quick. It's flexible. It's very little things that you have to do yourself. A lot of it's handled by you guys. If not all of it is handled by you guys. Then also you can make it as personal, like we were just saying, as personal as you want it to be and as detailed as you want it to be, and is just as good. I think it's just your ego that's like getting, or other people's like egos and opinions of what you might want. That might be getting in the way of things. But really, I think for us, it was the best thing. Like, I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly. So,
wow,
yeah, I'd win a wedding. I'd win a wedding anytime. I'll take it.
Yeah, I think he just said it all pretty much, that you can still make it very personal. Like, even though there are 4 weddings in one day, like each one is very different. You're just using the same vendors. And like, maybe just think about everything that you want to happen in your wedding, because you can make it happen in this, in the pop-up wedding. Really, like, you don't get to miss out on anything, but like Josh said, it's more affordable, and you can have the virtual streaming. Like, you get everything you want, and then more.
Yeah.
And I guess when people hear 4 weddings in one day, you think that you're gonna at some point collide. We didn't see anyone from the wedding prior or the wedding before at all. So, if you had asked me that day, had I known there was other weddings, I probably would have said no because I forgot about that. So.
Oh, wow. Good. Well, we schedule it that way, and that's good to know because I feel like I drill that like over and over. Like, I really like, this is the timeline. We really, because it's a respect thing, but not just that. We really, really, really clean in between each couple, and we don't want you to see anybody, but it's also safety. Like, we really want to make sure that that between each group that comes in, we're wiping things down and cleaning everything, so we're respecting everybody's space. But that makes us happy to hear that. Wow, you guys, this is so great. I love it. Okay, so I know Gio is gonna definitely put all that on later so everybody can see it. I do just want to quickly say, for anybody who is interested in, they're contemplating that, please, one, just call me. I'll be happy to answer all your questions, because I know that it can be like, wait, what's this? Like, what's the difference between an elopement, a pop-up event, a micro wedding? If you don't listen to my little videos, I'm happy to explain that to you. But it is completely official as of this last week. We have new dates for these events, and I'm going to go over them really quickly.
Hold on, before you do that, go ahead and take us all off so that you can do your little infomercial, and then I can come on the other end with photos while you talk about the next dates and what's included.
Are you leaving me?
I am, but I'm going to come back. So just remove us all from the stage. Bye, guys. Thank you
That
for
sounds so awful. Okay,
No.
bye guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. That's hilarious. Okay, so I'm gonna do my little infomercial. Because there's a lot going on right now as far as just being able to get married. And listen, people are really doing this where there's long-term, short-term elopements, larger weddings. And so if you're even contemplating, I just want to encourage you to call me ASAP because dates are booking very quickly. And there's some that are completely sold out, like our July is completely sold out. We sold out in May. And then Giovanna and I just went through and we picked dates. And I also have venues that I'm working with and we have new dates for that. So I want to make sure that even though you don't see it on my social media, it's still happening. It just means that behind the scenes with my super duper media team, which is me, myself, and I, and all of our marketing that we do, which is me, myself, and I, it's just taking us a minute to get it out there, but the dates are there. So first and foremost, I just want to say for anybody who wants a smaller elopement wedding, June 26th at Mia Bella, we're still doing elopement. So it's not too late if you want to get married. But the big dates that are out there, if you want to do one of the events with us, which again covers an officiant, your cake, photographer, champagne toast, photo booth, and some of these actually have our 360 photo booth that will be there, the decor, your bouquet and boutonniere, a planner, and the list goes on. But anyway, those are the main important things. Like I said before, July 17th is completely sold out. So the next available event will be October 16th, and that is a new venue partnership at the Sam Houston Hotel. Please go to PopUp Wedding Houston on IG, and you can see the inspiration pieces of what that is going to look like. The next one will be October 30th back at Mia Bella, October 13th at Waters Grove in Dickinson, which again, I don't even have any of the information out there yet, but just know those dates are coming. And then back at Mia Bella on December 4th. So again, thank you. Shout out to all of our vendors. What a great day to celebrate love and weddings and everything that goes with it. And I'm just super happy. And thank you again to Josh and Jessica. And I think that pretty much wraps it up. I don't know if Gio is going to come back on with us. She's blanked out. Hopefully she can hear me. But anyway, it's been a great day. Thank you again to everybody and our team. And we'll be coming back next week with another live of Uncut and Unleashed. Everybody have a great week and we'll catch you later. Oh, wait, are you coming back?
Yeah, but just hold on. No, this is tech issues. Give me a second. Can you hear me though?
Yes, I can hear you. But I swear to God, listen, we try to be as professional as we can, but I just like to say I'm at heart a planner. I'm not a grammar educator. I'm not a technical person. Oh, yeah, awesome.
Okay, that's what I have for now until the next one comes up. It has been so hard because of my issues, but yes, that was a few pictures. I'm trying to get the other video. It's just not coming on yet, so give me a second. Did you already go over all your infomercial?
Oh, I went over everything.
Okay.
That is hilarious. Well, so is it easier for you to do it from here, or should you do it?
Oh, yes, it would be easier. Do you have it on your computer?
No. I mean, when I say from here, I mean that we're still live right now. Is it easier this way that we're live, or is it going to be easier for you? Can you do it after we're live and just add it on?
So that's a little sneak peek. And so what we'll do is when we upload it into our YouTube and our IGTV series, it'll be the last part. And then you'll see the whole video that they created from kind of like their engagement to their ceremony, their reception, and then their after party, because I kind of want them to see the full experience, and that'll be the ending of our event. Dang it. Oh, somebody just said, dang it, I missed a free wedding. Yes, you did. But let's see, George, you did miss it. We won't do it again until next year. But guess what? We have pop-up weddings available that you can come and join us. Like, we have the events going on all year long.
I think George is Jessica's dad.
Oh, hilarious. Oh, Nick, yeah. Thank you, Nick.
Yay!
So,
shout out to everybody for watching. Okay, so you're just gonna add it on later.
Yeah, we'll just wrap up here. I'm gonna come back on my face so you can see me. So
I know I'm talking to the dot. Oh my God. Okay, wait, where'd you go?
I'm back.
Are you sure? I can't see you. Oh, okay. And to all those people, the critics out there that are like, oh my God, have you seen their video and what they do? Listen, this is just to get all the information out for everybody. We just love what we do. And we hope we inspire whoever listens. You don't have to be perfect because God knows we're not perfect. We just like getting all this information to everybody and having weddings and having a great time while we're doing it. So neener, neener. All right, Gio. Oh my God, I can't hear you.
That's because I was okay.
Okay.
You must be muted. See, okay, so yeah, this happens once every 6 months now where we have issues, and it's only when I leave my home. I can't
Once every 6 months.
Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, this is real. This is why it's called Uncut and Unleashed. This is what happens. But the number one thing, like Yvette said, information, education, listening from our clients. You know, Uncut and Unleashed is just kind of a sister podcast to Just Engage University, and it's really nice. All of our couples, all of our clients, even our vendors, they just love to come to a place or share this with people because this is like we forget that the other part of the world is still closed, not having events. We're talking about our 75th event in a year, and this is what events look like. This is what the pop-up wedding experience will live on forever. I mean, this is something that clients are asking us to do more of. I was sitting in a meeting last week and they're like, can you add more? And I'm like, we can try, but the thing is, like, we don't have any more dates. Like, it's and there's only 2 of us, so it's really, really important for us to have couples to share this because it is an experience. And for the first time seeing it again as a virtual guest, like, it really makes me feel like this is something that couples, not even just for weddings, for all sorts of events, for education, for work, like, this is something that you're going to be able to move forward with and be able to really just get information out there, get experiences out there without having to stress out like that. I love that they said that, like, they didn't have to do anything. And we do that not only for weddings, we do that with all sorts of events. Just come and enjoy it. We've already dealt with a year of stress. We want to take the stress off of you. And we are here to create those memories. So go to Pop-Up Wedding Houston, go to Mia Bella Houston. We have our calendar of events there. And if you want to see us again with the crazies, we're always on every single Wednesday at 12:30 Central. And if you're catching us on the replay, go to YouTube. It'll be on this evening. Actually, I should say tomorrow, and we'll be able to have all the fun pictures and videos on our YouTube page and our IGTV series at Just Engage University. So, thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.